I'm Arran, and today I'm doing something different. I normally review Power Rangers stuff on our channel, as you can see, but I'm also a big fan of wrestling. So today me and Lee are doing our thoughts and match rating reviews on Clash of Champions Gold Rush 2020.
So first match was the kickoff show, was going to be Asuka versus Selena Vega for the WWE Raw Women's title. That got boosted onto the pay-per-view itself. So the SmackDown Tag Team titles was moved to the kickoff show, which was Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on the Lucha House Party.
Yep. So I thought the Shinsuke Nakamura and Lucha House Party match was a relatively good match, but very predictable, because I went into it thinking Shinsuke and Cesaro. So my ratings for the Shinsuke Nakamura Cesaro match is 3 out of 5. Lee, what's your rating?
Well, in my opinion, Aaron, very similar to yours. I thought Cesaro and Shinsuke were going to win this. I was thinking Lucha House Party would fall apart and start arguing, like they have done since Kalisto's come back. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 10 because it was actually quite an entertaining match to start the show off for the kickoff panel, and I quite enjoyed the match.
Lee, it was out of 5. You're fired!
I'm sorry, Aaron. Give me one more chance. I'll try it again, but I'll be better. I promise. So next match, kicking off the actual pay-per-view itself, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship title. In my opinion, Sami Zayn, the truthful holder of that title before lockdown, when he beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, taking on Jeff Hardy, who also is the Intercontinental Champion. Don't see how. And then AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers at the moment, in a triple threat ladder match. Aaron, what's your opinion of this match?
So the match itself, I thought, was really, really good. It actually brought back remnants of the old ladder matches with the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. The good old days. But yeah, that was a good match. So, the Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, AJ Styles ladder match, I thought was a great match, and I strongly disagree with you, Lee. I think Jeff Hardy is the rightful Intercontinental Champion. But yeah, my ratings for this is 4.5. What about you, Lee?
Not a bad score, Aaron. In my opinion, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I remembered 5 this time, not out of 10. But the reason being I'm giving it a little bit extra, I was really happy with some of the stunts that were done. The Jeff Hardy off the ladder moves, they're fantastic. The marks on AJ and Sami Zayn's back was crazy. And the way Sami Zayn won the match by hooking through Jeff Hardy's earlobe. For some reason, I thought Jeff was going to rip his ear and, climb the ladder and get him. But yeah, it's a little bit cringeworthy for me, that bit. But apart from that, great opener. So 4.5 out of 5, Aaron. Next match, Aaron.
So the next match is the original match that should have been on the kickoff show, which is Selena Vega versus Asuka. And this was an absolutely incredible match. And plus, she's also, Selena Vega is very pretty and a great wrestler. And I give it a 3 out of 5. Over to you, Lee.
Cheers, Aaron. For me, my opinion, Asuka is the greatest woman wrestler at the moment. I think she's fantastic. Selena Vega, from her other matches in the past, I think it's been a bit poor, but I was happily surprised with this match. It was very good, considering I thought it was going to be a 30-second squash match. But I have heard that Vince is very high on Selena Vega, so I reckon she's going to get a big of a push further down the road. I think the right person won in Asuka, but I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Right, so the next match on the show, for me, was the boringest match of the night. It was for the United States Championship, the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, taking on Apollo Crews. Love both guys, but the storyline's been overplayed. It's every night and Raw. It's Apollo Crews versus the Hurt Business. It's boring. The match didn't appeal to me, due because of how many times these guys have wrestled. I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 5. But I love the guys. I think they're great wrestlers. But unfortunately, I think they're just drawn out far too long. Aaron, over to you. What do you think?
So, Lee, I'm going to have to go with you on this match, which is Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews. I love Apollo Crews. Think Bobby Lashley's a great wrestler. But again, they've just really overplayed this every night on Raw. Every Monday night. It's the Hurt Business versus Apollo Crews. And what's also predictable about this is Apollo Crews is always getting his ass kicked. So, yeah, I give that a 2 out of 5.
Thanks, Aaron. Right, the next match, again, it's kind of like a B show for Raw. It's the Raw Tag Team Champions. We want smoke. We want smoke. Anyway, I leave it to them to carry on because I can't sing. Again, they're taking on Andre and Angel Garza again for the, I think it was told online, the 9th time out of 8 weeks they've had a match. For me, I actually thought Angel Garza and Andre might have won this because they do this new storyline where Selena Vega's left them and there's not enough tag teams on Raw. But no, Street Profits won, which I was happy with. I think they're like the new Enzo Amore and Big Cass to me at the moment. You know, they've got that chemistry. It's really good. For me, the match got stopped because of injury apparently, and it kind of showed with the botch 1, 2, 3 when Andre kicked out. But for me, this is going to be a 2 out of 5. Aaron, over to you.
Thanks, Lee. Now, my thoughts on the Raw Tag Team title match, which is the Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Andrade. Now, I personally really dislike Andrade and Angel Garza, but I do like the way Angel Garza rips his pants off in the middle of the match. I think that's hysterical. But as you said, Lee, they just keep doing this match, and the Street Profits keep winning. And I love the Street Profits, so I'm glad they won it, but they did win it with a bit of a botched 3 count. But hey, what can I say? They got the smoke. And my thoughts out of 5 on this is 2, same as you, Lee. So the next match was supposed to be Bayley versus Nikki Cross. But because Nikki Cross wasn't cleared to wrestle because of the pandemic, it ended up being Bayley versus Asuka. Now, I really like Bayley for two reasons. I think she's a good wrestler, and I've met her with Lee. So, my thoughts on this match are 4.5. But yeah, it was a good match. Now, over to you, Lee.
Cheers, Aaron. For me, I thought, again, it's going to be like a Raw side. Bayley versus Nikki Cross. Bayley's going to win because they're setting up her v Sasha, and I reckon for Hell in the Cell next month, which will be a great match. But when they said it's going to be Asuka, I thought, please be a decent match. Ending sucked a little bit, you know, a bit of DQ, and then obviously Sasha Banks coming out and kicking Bayley's butt. Just build up for that rivalry. It's been lasting for years, just to build up. It's going to be good. So, I'm going to give it a 4 as well, Aaron, out of 5. I think you saw my score sheet at the moment, but I think it could have been a bit better. I think they could have maybe got 4.5 or 5 if they let me have the match like they did back in NXT a couple of years ago, because I think Bayley's a great wrestler, and obviously Asuka, I'm really high on Asuka. I think she's a great wrestler. She should be like Charlotte, winning all the time, winning all the titles. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for this match. Oh, Aaron, before we go back to you, when I met Bayley, we had a bit of a chat, but I was told to hurry up because there's like another 100 people behind us. But this is the picture of me meeting Bayley, and I was Aaron showing you the one of when he met Bayley. Really nice lady, really polite, and she loves her fans. Well, she did until she did a heel turn, which I think has changed her character, which is good for her. But yeah, another Bayley fan. Sorry, Aaron, my turn. So next up was for the WWE Universal Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in an ambulance match.
Lee, you got it wrong again. It's the WWE Championship.
Well, I know now, Aaron, don't I? God. Oh. And I thought with what's been going on in this storyline that Randy Orton was going to obviously win this because of the stipulation in the match. So I know some people didn't like it, but I thought it was quite a funny touch having Shawn Michaels interfere, Christian, the Big Show at the start. I actually thought it was that somebody else at first with the Big Show and the shave. It's got a lovely little egghead. But for me, it didn't make Drew look that strong like when he beat Brock Lesnar and the other matches he has done with Dolph as well. So for me, I was a little bit disappointed. But overall, the match wasn't too bad, but Randy Orton came off stronger, in my opinion. I think they have a rematch at Hell in a Cell, but we'll wait for that for the next video. So for me, 3 out of 5, and I think Drew looked too weak as a champion. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Now, my thoughts on the Randy Orton Drew McIntyre ambulance match. It was a good match, but again, I agree with you, Lee. It made Drew McIntyre look really, really weak and not strong at all. Unlike compared to what he has been with Brock Lesnar and stuff. But I did think it was a great touch. I know some people don't agree with this. They had Big Show and his egghead come in. And yes, I agree with you. I didn't recognise him either, Lee, at the start. They had Christian come in as well and beat the absolute what's it out of Randy Orton. Which I also thought was great. And HBK, Shawn Michaels, that was a shocker. I didn't see that coming at all. Him appearing on the ambulance, sweet chinning Orton, and then pushing him off the ambulance. But the one thing I did wonder about this match is where was Edge. I would have thought Edge would have been in to do some interference in this match. But yeah, my ratings on this match, mainly because they made Drew McIntyre look weak, was 2.5. Now Lee, this one is for the WWE Universal Championship, and it's Roman Reigns versus Uso.
So, Jey Uso gets a main event match. Good wrestler, great tag team wrestler. Usos are my favourite tag team. But I was kind of intrigued with the storyline to see how they were going to plan this out. Because in my eyes, they're making Roman Reigns the next Brock Lesnar, where he turns up, walks over wrestlers and wins. They didn't do that here, but it did make him very dominant, which was predictable. Roman wasn't going to lose this match. But I thought it was quite a good twist where they had Jimmy come down and throw in the towel and when we called Chief and everything like that. So I'm intrigued to see how they go carry on this storyline. I think there'll be a rematch. Maybe not in Hell in a Cell, but at the pay-per-view. Maybe when Jimmy comes back a 2-on-1. And then I can see them forming like some sort of shield, just the three of them, like a Samoan kind of shield faction on the SmackDown side. Overall, I thought the match was very slow-paced, which is Roman Reigns' pace anyway. I like the storyline. I like the build-up. Build-up was probably the best of 2020 so far with everything that's been going on. But personally, me, been watching wrestling since I was 5. I'm actually going to give this a 3 out of 5. Yes, it deserved to finish the show off, but I think it needed a little bit more. But I understand why, because of what they're trying to build up for the next few weeks build-up. Aaron, hope you will look at my score sheet this time again. Over to you. What's your opinion?
So, this match, Jey Uso versus Roman. I thought it was good that Jey Uso got into a main event match, especially considering he's a tag team wrestler with his brother Jimmy, part of the Uso penitentiary, and being Rikishi's son and all, that's just a bonus. But this match was quite so paced, as you'd say, Lee. And it was quite a kind of predominantly dominated match by Roman, which was obvious it was going to happen because Roman's the bigger one. But I thought the twist with Jimmy Uso coming in and throwing in the towel was kind of a neat twist. And the way they had to call Roman Reigns the Chief, thought that was kind of unusual. And I, like you, Lee, think they're going to form kind of a Shield Samoan thing. And I've also been watching since I was 5. So my ratings for this match is 3.5. So, overall lineup for Clash of Champions is, for me, I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view because they did have some decent matches. But I wouldn't say it's the best pay-per-view, but I would give it, out of 5, I would probably give it 3.5. What about you, Lee?
Cheers, Aaron. For me personally, I looked at the lineup for Clash of Champions and I thought, meh, Raw side of things really weak, SmackDown a little bit more exciting. But the matches that I was a bit 50-50 with actually impressed me. So I was quite happy with the pay-per-view overall of what was on offer. I think they could have done better. So for me, and I'm not copying you, Aaron, I'm going to give it 3.5 as well out of 5. So hopefully Hell in a Cell is a little bit better and more change some of their storylines up. Aaron, over to you to finish off.
So, to wrap up the video on our review of Clash of Champions Gold Rush, it was a good pay-per-view. So, the NXT TakeOver pay-per-view coming soon, and also look out for our top 10 series, and also welcome to the Lee and Arran Penitentiary.